You see how the rocks have, you know, kind of naturalized this whole setting, and the plants have softened this whole rock look, and there's kind of a nice little integration between the whole thing.
It turned out beautifully. It brought the forest right in, practically right up into their porch area. Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm Pete.
Welcome to the Landscape Journal.
Today we're going to talk about shade plants. We're going to talk about going from sun to shade and how shade plants can work in the garden. Let me show you what I mean.
Pete's always got this energy. I mean, at the end of the day, he's just pumped and ready to go. So we better keep up with him.
Ken, this is your oak leaf hydrangea right here, which is a native plant and loves the dappled shade, loves this, you know, big leaves, trying to grab all the sun it can, has a flower in the summertime, turns a beautiful fall color. And then back here, we also have the rhododendron. This is a Catabians cultivar right here. It's an evergreen, so it stays green year-round. This particular plant is what they call the cat album, which has a little white flower, usually in and around June, and then goes into a little bit of a seed head. But great plant for around the pool early in the season. Both plants, mid to late summer, early summer, which is going to create flower for around the pool. Ken, let me show you some deeper shade plants over here.
Good.
One of my favorite plants in the world is the mountain laurel. The mountain laurel is a native plant you can find growing from Georgia to Maine. It's got this beautiful star-shaped flower in June, and it's an evergreen. It keeps the woods alive in the wintertime. It's just, you know, Ken, it's just my favorite plant, you know. It even looks nice when it's not even in flower.
I know, and you see it all along the Appalachian Trail, and I know you hike that extensively.
And most of your wild ones have a white flower. Some have a pink blush flower, but the white is a beautiful flower. And depending on the weather, it stays in flower most of June. Here, Ken, over here, we have a lot of ferns. Okay, these ferns, basically, ferns are some of the oldest plants on the face of the earth. The deer don't bother them. They kind of spread themselves, and they have. See how they soften the rock, Ken? Like this Christmas fern right here. Softens the rock, you know, makes this whole landscape kind of come together from a ground cover standpoint. And Ken, I know we talked about this in an earlier episode, but the weeping hemlock. We got to bring the weeping hemlock back. Weeping hemlock, kind of, it's one of those plants, it's kind of a freak of nature. It was found growing in the woods, you know, where hemlocks like to grow up. This plant likes to grow into an umbrella, and what this is going to do is this is going to soften this whole rock, soften this whole garden here, and really going to be the feature of this garden right here, Ken.
It has indeed, and now you can see with the placement, the height, and also the complement to the rocks, just as you had envisioned early on. It's really looks terrific right here. But I guess that brings us to a close. I'm Ken.
And I'm Pete, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.